Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from bonniescreativeplace.stampinup.net, and I am here with card number 3 from our online class. We have chosen the Simply Succulent bundle, and all you had to do was purchase this bundle and you will get all the supplies that you needed to make the 4 cards. You had to do your own stamping and stuff, and you get the instructions. I did let you know that there'd be other products that I'd be pulling in, that if you wanted to purchase them they could, or you could use what you already had on hand. So without further ado, we're going to get started with this card right here. Isn't this a beautiful card? I just love all the colors. I don't know if the Wink of Stella is picking up there or not, but it is just gorgeous here. So we're going to put this card right here so you guys can look at it the whole time we're making it. So the first thing that we got is we got our Smoky Slate base card here. And then we got in your kit. Now I've gone ahead and done a lot of the work because this kit involved a lot of coloring and a lot of die cutting, so I did a lot of this stuff ahead of time just to save time for video purposes. So you are going to get a piece of Whisper White that we're going to emboss. Now this I'm going to show you. I went ahead and I cut this out for everybody. Because I told you you could buy this, but you didn't have to for the kit because I could cut this out. But these are the stitched framelit dies. They're Stitch Shapes framelit dies. You get the ovals, the circles, and the square. So if you want to make this card again, you have these. And you're going to use the 2 largest squares that's in there. You're going to lay this down just like this, kind of centering them. And then we're going to add our repositionable adhesive on both sides, and then we'll run it through the little guy here, or the big guy, in a few minutes. But that will already come cut for you guys, because that was an add-on. You could add it on or not. Now die cutting stuff I can add in. I can never add in any stamping stuff, so if I use a different stamp or something like that for a greeting or something, you will not receive that. That is something you would have to purchase extra or use what you have on hand. Okay, so you will also get scraps of yellow or Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, and Granny Apple Green. You will get scraps of this to be able to cut out all the pieces. Now you will need 2 of the yellow that have this type of succulent, and you'll need 2 of the purple, and you'll need 3 of the green. So you'll get enough to cut out all of that. Then you will get a scrap piece of white for your greeting, and then you'll also get a piece of white to do your stamping of this flower and coloring it in. Now this flower is a little different from this one because when I was coloring along, listening to my audiobook, I wasn't paying attention, and I colored this flower, started coloring it yellow. So this just gives you an option that if you want to switch it up, you can, but in my original I had that one purple. But I think it still came out good, but you decide. So now we will get going on putting this card together. So we're going to bring in the big guy. The big guy meaning the stamping and embossing machine. And we're going to open this up, and we need our platform 1 and our platform 4 because we're going to be using our Scripty 3D embossing folder. This is one of those added on things that I told you that you could use, or you could use whatever embossing folder or whatever that you had on hand. So we're going to take this, and we are going to take the piece of Whisper White that I gave you. It should be, the size should be 5 1/4 by 4 in basic white, because the other one is for your stamping, just so that you know. So we're going to put this one in here. We're going to put our platform 4 on top, was just for embossing, and we're going to run this through. And if you ever forget what platform or what dies you're supposed to use, look at your mat, because your mat tells you. Your mat tells you what platforms that you need to use, which is really good. Okay, before we put this away, we're going to get out our other platforms because we need to do that square cutting. But for you guys, it'll be done. But if you want to make it again, you need platform 1, platform 2, platform 3, and then we need our die, and we need platform 4. You could run this also through the little embossing machine. This die set will fit through there, but I already had the big one out for doing that other thing, so I just went ahead and used this one. Okay, let's get this little guy out of the way. And we are going to take this off, remove the adhesive tape, and then pick this up, and the piece we need is right here. So you could save this piece for another time for something else, or I don't know, use it for whatever you want. So, but the piece we need is right there. So we'll put this stuff off to the side here. Now we are going to bring in our scripty piece that we embossed, and we're going to bring this in. I have no clue what it says, but we're also going to bring in a scrap piece of paper and our smoky slate light brush and our smoky slate embossing or ink. And we're going to stamp this, and we're going to start off the page, and we're just going to kind of go over this so that it makes the letters pop a little bit, because I don't know, I just like to have the letters pop out some so they're not so faded in the back. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you have embossing brushes or don't have them, you can use a sponge. I just like the flow in the way it looks with the embossing brushes. All right. So now we can start assembling our card. I'm going to put this piece down. And this is about to run out. I don't know how much I'll get through. I'm going to put this piece down right here, like that. Then when I stamped this, I should let you know, I used Daffodil Delight, light and dark, Highland Heather, light and dark, and then I used Granny Apple Green, light and dark. And I just colored the whole thing in light, highlighted some of the spots that I thought would need to be highlighted for the dark, and then went back over those spots with the light to blend it a little bit. If you don't want to do all the blending for all the colors, you can pick one or the other. You can do like the light on the flowers or the dark on the flowers and the light on the leaves. You do not have to do the blending. It's up to you. These colors color so well even without blending them that you don't need to do that if you don't want to. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our little square here, and I just kind of tipped it like so, and I'm just going to bring in some liquid glue. It might be a good idea to have a mat. This is the silicone mat that Stampin' Up! Sells in the catalog, and I'm just going to run some white glue along here. Put it right down, just like that. Okay. And then the next thing I did was I kind of laid these out, kind of like this. I have them up in the center of my folder a little bit, or my frame more. I don't have them going out of the frame. So that's one thing on the top anyways. I have them more going on the sides, I do, but not at the top. So I'm just going to put some glue down on the bottom halves of these. I'm going to put one right here. Put some glue down here. And I'm going to put one right about here. I like that they overlap. I think that gives it character. So, and then I'm going to put one kind of here because this one kind of comes out a little bit more than the other one. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the purple, and again I'm just putting glue along here and along there. You can go and add more glue after. It's easier to add it after if it isn't in the exact right position than it is to do it before and then not be able to remove it. I'm just putting a little bit. And this one I kind of put like right here. And I'm just eyeballing these. Now these are going to go up higher, way higher on this side. And you're going to think, oh. So I put one down kind of right about here. I didn't go off the page with the white, but I did put it like really close up there. So it's like right about there. And then this one I kind of went up and over more. And I went behind this other flower. I had this flower kind of up on top. So like that. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in this, and I am bringing in some emboss or Stampin' Dimensionals. Here they are. Got them covered up over here. And I just put a lot of these dimensionals all around this card so it would pop up and it would hold everything down. Okay. Alright, and then I just took this little guy and I kind of put it just like that. Now, if you want to secure them more, you can. I did in my first one. I went back and I just kind of tipped them up a little bit up here on the blue and or purple and just gave it one little dot and then held it down. And once it secures, it holds down. You don't have to put a lot. And I didn't do it to every one. I did it more to these purple ones, and the rest I felt in the yellow ones. I felt the rest were fine, just the way they were. And you're just adding a tiny bit. You don't want to add too much, because if you add too much, this is where that pointed one would come in handy with the little clear, this glitter fine tip glue pen. That would come in handy right here too, because you're putting it right down quick. I think sometimes that glue dries quick too. Okay, and there we go. And I really like the way that came out. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to stamp our happy birthday. I stamped happy birthday because I need more happy birthdays, but you could use any of the sayings that are in the set that they have in there. I'm using the happy birthday that I happen to be using is out of the Hey Chick because I think it's kind of cute. And so, but it happens to go with this card, I think, very well too. So I'm just going to stamp this up And it doesn't matter if it's perfect or not, because I'm going to be cutting it out. There we go. I'm going to let that sit just a few minutes because I just moistened or filled my pad and everything is really wet. While that is drying, I'm going to get out some gems here. I need some gems. And I put 3 gems. It looks like I put 2 medium, and I don't think I have any medium in this one. I think they're all in this one. Or these are the large. Okay, well, I have a couple here. Well, actually, these might be a little bigger, but I think they'll still work. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 large then, and then I'll put 2 smalls, since I probably got rid of all my mediums. Probably give them all to you guys. Oops. Okay. Oh, there was a medium. Oh, well, I didn't look in a hurry, and I didn't look quick enough. And now I knocked some of these off. So put it back on. Okay. Put these away. And now I'm going to get the happy birthday back out and get my scissors, and we're going to cut around this. And I think I did pop this one up. It looks like it's popped up on the card. I'm going to double check to make sure. Okay, I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to get a longer piece of the Stampin' Dimensionals. On the edge of your Stampin' Dimensionals, you can find a long little piece here. By cutting it down, I think I showed that in one of my quick tip Mondays to save you on some, and I'm just going to apply this right across there. Flip this over, and then I kind of went, well, I'm going to put it up here a little bit higher on this one this time. And there we go. So that is card number 3, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for stopping by.